Have you ever wondered what transforms bitter oranges into that perfectly sweet and tangy spread on your morning toast? The industrial production of marmalade is a fascinating blend of traditional cooking methods and cutting-edge food technology that happens on a massive scale every single day. Today, we're taking you inside the world's largest marmalade factories to reveal the incredible process that creates millions of jars of this beloved breakfast staple. Most people think marmalade is just cooked fruit and sugar, but the reality is far more complex and interesting than you might imagine. The precision required to achieve that perfect consistency, the exact balance of sweetness to tartness, and the intricate timing needed to preserve those distinctive chunks of peel while maintaining food safety standards makes this one of the most technically challenging preserves to manufacture at scale. What makes this even more remarkable is that despite being produced in quantities that would boggle your mind, the fundamental process still honors centuries-old traditions that originated in Scottish kitchens. The marriage of artisanal techniques with industrial efficiency creates a product that somehow manages to taste homemade, even when produced by the ton. The journey begins long before any fruit enters the factory, in carefully managed citrus groves, where specific varieties of oranges are cultivated exclusively for marmalade production. These aren't your typical eating oranges. Seville oranges, bitter oranges, and specially bred varieties with high pectin content are grown with marmalade in mind. The timing of harvest is absolutely critical because the pectin levels, which determine how well the marmalade will set, peak at very specific moments in the fruit's ripeness cycle. Once harvested, these oranges undergo rigorous quality control inspections that would surprise most consumers. Every batch is tested for sugar content, acidity levels, pectin concentration, and even moisture content. Fruits are sorted not just by size, but by their internal chemistry. This level of precision is necessary because when you're making thousands of jars simultaneously, even small variations in fruit quality can throw off entire production runs. The washing process alone is an engineering marvel. Industrial washing systems use a combination of water jets, rotating brushes, and food-grade sanitizing solutions to remove every trace of dirt, pesticides, and natural waxes. The oranges then pass through optical sorting machines that use cameras and sensors to detect any remaining blemishes or irregularities that human inspectors might miss. Now comes one of the most crucial steps that determines the final character of the marmalade: peel preparation. This is where industrial marmalade production truly shines. Specialized peeling machines can process hundreds of oranges per minute, but they don't just remove the peel randomly. These machines are calibrated to remove only the outer zest layer while leaving behind the bitter white pith, or to include controlled amounts of pith depending on the desired flavor profile. The peel cutting process is equally sophisticated. Industrial slicing machines can create perfectly uniform peel strips with tolerances measured in millimeters. Some factories offer different cut styles, from thick-cut traditional marmalade to fine-cut varieties. And these machines can switch between cutting patterns in seconds. The consistency achieved by these machines is actually superior to hand cutting because every piece is identical, ensuring even cooking and distribution in the final product. Meanwhile, the peeled fruit flesh follows its own path through the production line. Industrial juice extractors squeeze every drop of liquid from the oranges while carefully separating the seeds and remaining pulp. These seeds aren't discarded, though, because they contain some of the highest concentrations of natural pectin. They're collected and processed separately to extract this valuable gelling agent. The cooking process is where traditional marmalade making meets industrial precision. Massive steam-jacketed kettles, some holding several tons of product, maintain exact temperature control that would be impossible in home kitchens. The cooking begins with the orange juice and peel, heated gradually while industrial stirring mechanisms ensure nothing sticks to the bottom or cooks unevenly. Sugar addition happens in carefully calculated stages. Industrial marmalade makers don't just dump sugar in all at once like you might at home. Different types of sugar are added at specific temperatures in cooking stages to achieve optimal flavor development and preservation. Some factories use a combination of regular sugar, invert sugar, and glucose syrup, each added when conditions are perfect for that particular ingredient. The pectin chemistry happening during cooking is fascinating. As temperatures rise, the natural pectin in the fruit begins to activate and create the gel structure that gives marmalade its characteristic consistency. Industrial sensors monitor the mixture's pH levels, temperature, and viscosity in real time. When the mixture reaches exactly the right combination of these factors, additional pectin extracted from the seeds is added if needed. Testing during cooking is continuous and sophisticated. Automated sampling systems extract small portions of the cooking marmalade and run them through rapid gel tests. These tests predict exactly how the final product will set, allowing operators to make adjustments before the entire batch is complete. This level of quality control ensures that every jar will have identical consistency and setting properties. One aspect that surprises many people is the role of acid in marmalade production. Industrial producers carefully balance the natural acidity of the oranges with added citric acid to achieve the perfect pH for both flavor and preservation. Too little acid in the marmalade won't set properly or preserve well. Too much and the flavor becomes harsh and unbalanced. The cooking time in industrial operations is actually shorter than traditional home methods because of the precise temperature control and efficient heat transfer of industrial equipment. What might take hours in a home kitchen can be completed in under an hour in a factory setting. But this speed comes from engineering efficiency, not corner cutting. Once cooking is complete, the hot marmalade enters the filling stage, and this is where food safety becomes paramount. The marmalade must be transferred to sterilized jars while still hot enough to create a proper seal, but not so hot that it damages the glass or causes dangerous splattering. Industrial filling machines can fill hundreds of jars per minute while maintaining exact fill levels and temperatures. The jar sterilization process itself is impressive. Glass jars move through steam tunnels or hot water baths that eliminate any microorganisms while preheating the glass to prevent thermal shock when the hot marmalade is added. The timing and temperature coordination required to keep everything at optimal conditions is managed by sophisticated control systems. Sealing happens immediately after filling, with industrial capping machines applying lids with precisely calculated torque. Too loose and the seal fails, allowing contamination. Too tight and the lids can strip or the glass can crack. These machines apply consistent pressure that creates perfect seals thousands of times per hour. The cooling process is as carefully controlled as the heating. Rapid cooling can cause the marmalade to separate or develop an uneven texture, while slow cooling can compromise food safety. Industrial cooling tunnels use precisely controlled air circulation to bring the sealed jars to room temperature at optimal rates. Quality control continues even after production. Random samples from each batch undergo extensive testing, including pH measurement, consistency evaluation, flavor profiling, and microbiological testing. Some factories age samples for weeks to ensure the marmalade maintains its quality over time and develops the proper flavor maturation. The packaging and labeling stage incorporates technology that ensures traceability. Every jar can be traced back to the specific batch of oranges used, the exact cooking parameters, and even the individual filling machine that sealed it. This level of documentation is crucial for food safety and quality assurance. Modern marmalade factories also focus heavily on sustainability. Orange peels and other citrus waste are often processed into natural oils, animal feed, or composted material. Some facilities even use the sugar content in waste streams to generate biogas for energy production. The integration of environmental responsibility with food production creates facilities that are as impressive for their ecological consciousness as their manufacturing capabilities. What's truly remarkable is how these industrial processes manage to preserve the essential character of traditional marmalade while achieving consistency and safety standards that would be impossible in small-scale production. The combination of time-tested techniques with modern technology creates a product that honors its artisanal roots while meeting the demands of global distribution. The next time you spread marmalade on your toast, you'll know that behind that simple pleasure lies an intricate dance of engineering, chemistry, and culinary tradition. From the specially cultivated oranges to the precisely controlled cooking process, every step represents centuries of knowledge combined with cutting-edge technology. The humble jar of marmalade in your kitchen is actually the result of one of the food industry's most sophisticated manufacturing processes, delivering consistent quality and flavor that connects us to both traditional methods and modern innovation in every delicious bite.